welcome. Such a fun question that I received. How do we express ourselves but not get lost and recreate more of what's wrong? And isn't just going into La La Land and how everything's positive and rainbows and unicorns, isn't that bypassing? And then there's a part of me that's so frustrated because I don't get to express that thing that is wrong, and I don't get to vent, and it feels like that energy is just stagnant in my body, and that's not helping me. So what is the balance with that? How do we navigate through this? This is something that a client of mine recently asked, and this is what I want to bring to you because this is such an important question. Understanding this is crucial because, well, disease creates disease, right? Dis-ease. So we want to avoid that. We want to avoid those stagnant energies in the body. We want to help them move, but at the same time, we want to not buy into the story, as we want to not entertain those stories. We want to not entertain the negativity, but we can't just pretend it's not there. What do we do? Let's dive right in. Okay, I love this question because it's similar to the question that I had so much trouble with. Okay, well, if you're present and in the moment, then how does planning the future go? Because I'm a planner. I love planning. So if I'm present, then I can't plan. And that's in the mind. So how does that work? And that's a whole other video, which let me know in the comments below if you want that video. Because I struggle with this for so long. And similarly with this, like, right, okay, so I want this energy to come out, but I don't want it to come out because that's what's going to create, energetically my reality, because I keep creating new things, right? And if I'm just venting, or if I'm more in this lack story, then I'm creating more of this lack story. So I don't want that. But I also don't want this like stagnation, frustration in my body. So what do I do? What do I do? Well, first of all, you want to tune into the body. You want to come into the present moment so you can hear and really receive what I'm giving you, because your mind will just bypass whatever I give you right now if you're not tuned in, if you're not in the body, if you're not present here in the moment. So taking an inhale in into your belly, into your chest, into your nose, and holding a little bit at the top. And through the mouth, exhaling out. Out, and holding again. And in. And hold. And exhaling out. And hold. And in. And hold. And out. And hold. And just breathing regularly. It's not possible to be overthinking and breathing deeply at the same time. This is why we do this, to calm the nervous system, to communicate, oh, I'm safe. I don't need to be overthinking now. And so when I first started, I absolutely believed in the mind, right? I remember hearing Eckhart Tolle say something like, your mind's your greatest enemy. And I'm like, excuse me? My mind got me out of depression. Like, I think, therefore I am, right? Which is such a wrong, false statement. And my mind, I believe that, I believed in cognitive behavioral therapy, still do, absolutely amazing tool. But there's an element of bypassing to it. I absolutely believed in it. All feelings are thoughts. So if you don't want to feel something, just think a different thought. You're good. You're set free. But it isn't so. Yes, it is about the thoughts that you choose for the things that are coming up in the moment. How about the things that are there stuck? How about all these moments in your life that you've accumulated, that you haven't moved those energies, that you just went, oh, can't breathe fully. This is scary. This is a scary emotion. Or, oh, have to hold in the happiness because I don't want to let it go. And so these energies, whether, good or bad, because they're really all neutral, it's about the meaning that you assign to it, those energies didn't flow through. They're stagnant in your body. And that's not a good thing. Whether it's a positive or a negative, it's like it's stagnant energy in your body. It's not moving, okay? It's like in Qigong, the energy has to move, the Qi has to move, and it's not moving. So what do we do with this? A lot of what I do with my one-on-one clients, and this question came from a one-on-one client, is inner child work. We go into, okay, what are some of the things that were released? And we work from the present moment. Where is it in the body right now? Because if you keep going back to past regressions, like you're going to become an inner workaholic. The mind will always come up with new stories. We work with the mind from the present moment. We work with the body. That's how we access the mind, through the body. And a lot of it is regressional work in the sense that from the present moment, what is coming up? And oftentimes it's things from childhood. And we clear those energies so that, this, in 3 months, people are like, oh my God, I've never lived. Like, actually never lived. And now I did these last 3 months. And because that energy is moving, right? And it's the difference between going into the story and entertaining it and communicating to it as you would with a small child. If a child were to tell you there's a monster under my bed, would you freak out? Would you get a baseball bat? Would you call the police? Would you call, animal control because it's a dragon? I don't know. Or a monster. And you wouldn't, right? Because you understand that this may be very real for the child, but it's not real for you, and you're the adult. But we don't do that with the subconscious mind. We have old fears, old stories coming up, and that inner child, that subconscious mind is telling us about it. And we're like, oh my God, this is serious. We're freaking out, right? Even though it's not happening in the present moment. But the reason the child feels unsafe, that's what we really address in the one-on-one work. We want to address, why is the child not feeling safe? Why is that aspect of you not feeling safe? And when I first started, I was like, we don't need to do that. That's stupid. Why? We don't want to go in the past. We don't want to go in the childhood stuff, okay? That's not necessary. Because if I don't want to feel something, I just change my thought and I'm good to go. It's not necessary. And that was because I was terrified of going there. Because you got to go there. If either you own it or it owns you. Either you own it or it owns you. And if you're terrified of going there, guess what? It owns you. Okay? And are you going to let that happen? I know for me the answer was hell no. Right? I'm not going to let anything own me. I want to be in control of my life. And so there is a space of holding it, but not buying into it. You're the observer here. You're the adult here, okay? But hearing that part out and making it comfortable is crucial, because this is the part where you're manifesting from. This is the part from where you create your reality. And if you just keep ignoring it, it's like, the child tells you, hey, something's not okay. And you're like, here's a unicorn sticker on your forehead. You'll be fine. It doesn't work that way, right? You got to hold that. And you learn how to do that with these tools and with these techniques. And there also comes a point where that can be valid. I know with my friends, and this is what I want to share with you, a tangible technique, a tangible tool. If you have to vent, you want to ideally get to the place where you don't, because you're just not in that frequency. You wouldn't tolerate that from yourself. Okay? Just like when you're feeling like really high and really ecstatic, like, oh my God, I had the best day. And someone tells you, it's like, oh my God, I just broke up with my partner. And you're there, yeah, I'm not in that like at all, right? Because you're so ecstatic, you're like, I can't even meet you where you're at right now, because I'm just so happy. You want to be in that state with yourself, so that when your mind comes in, it's like, sweetie, we're not doing this. Like, come here with me and feel high frequency with me, because I'm not going down to your level, right? You want to do that within yourself. But until you get there, it's okay that those things are coming up, and it's feeling, where is it that you're getting lost, and getting out before you get lost. And this is kind of a trial and error process, especially if you're doing this on your own. That's why I do what I do with the clients, because it's by 3 months you just learn how to move through this. And so there is that space for that. But you want to end with, and what do I want? Because whenever you have experience of something that you don't like, it just gets you clear on what you do want and what you do like and where you're going towards. And it's that contrast that helps you identify what you want, which is the whole point. That's the whole point of the game. That's the fun. That's the play of it. So the tool here that I want to bring to you is that if you do have to vent, whether it's to yourself, whether it's to a friend, be so conscious, ending it with, okay, that was a roar, and this is what I want. End it with your desire End it with a high frequency. End it with where you're going to. What are you hearing me say below? Okay. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. I'm hearing some people say, yeah, but that's not accessible to me. Like, I can't tune in from this. This is wrong. What I want. It's not accessible to me right now. Then end with the note of, and I know it's not true. If you can't get there, at least stop at neutrality. I know it's not true. So you have this roar, and I know it's not true. And that's it. Just giving yourself grace. And as you do this, it will evolve into opening up to what you want, because at least you're not buying into the story anymore. So give it a thumbs up or a heart. I don't know what they have nowadays here. If this resonated, share this with someone who needs to hear this, with someone who has these negative stories that are just, they keep drowning in them and they just keep expanding and nothing is changing, right? Send it to that person. And I thank you for being here. I thank you for doing this work, and